Hey everybody, welcome to the Auman Landscape YouTube, our first reaction video. All right, Britt, get ready for the thumbnail. You gotta make like this, the shocked face too. Remember, that's what you do in reaction videos. There you go, Hunter, do something with that. Hunter's our editor, does a great job for us there. We're gonna be reviewing or watching a video here where Britt and I were out on a stormwater repair project. It was a fun one, pretty simple sinkhole repair. It was cool. We had a good time. This was like a fun win, cool win. We're gonna talk our way through it. Here we go. So we're starting out here. All right, so we contract out a company to come do these saw cuts for us because with my K770 saw doing it by hand, it's about a linear foot per minute. And right there is
well, and you're just covered in the
yeah, it's just miserable
stuff.
And so it's arguable that I could saw cut that out, spend 1 hour, and 1 hour out of town is a golden amount of time, right? Roll off container, it's a lot easier than trying to get a dump truck in that out of town project. Don't get your toesies smashed there. There's Britt horsing around. So there's a sinkhole, there's a whole pipe with a hole in it there. One thing I forgot to have the saw cut guy do was run a couple other bars across there of cuts, so it's easier for the hoe to rip in there and grab. So here's Britt scratching.
The bucket was just really too big for that little
right, so that DeWalt cordless thing there is awesome for this kind of work. Got a little chisel bit on there. There you go. Britt can get in there.
You got to watch out when you're doing that to make sure you don't lift up the surrounding pavement.
Yep, man, check that butt out. Whew, man, the guy must work out probably. Here's us talking about some stuff. This is Britt.
Oh, that was me thinking that I couldn't get that whole piece in there.
Yeah, but you did it. That's a 305. That was a 305.
With our 303, it would have never done that.
Well, no, you would have had to put the blade out in front of you and all that.
And it would have been broken in half.
Yeah, it would have been terrible to do.
So
like a larger hoe we paid a little extra money for on rental allowed us to be more productive. So keep that in mind when you're renting stuff.
Oh, that makes me look not
high
horrible.
Speed. Yeah, right, exactly. So here's a big part. When you're prying these things out here, you got to watch it. You don't tear the edges of the asphalt up as you pick up and pry on these things. So you see this weapon I have in my hand here, this spud bar. Here's Britt kind of hitting it here to kind of break it into two pieces. Yep. So you might pick that slab up, throw something under it, so that.
Oh, it must have missed totally.
Nope, it's coming right when I do this. So get ready for it, folks. Here is a lesson learned, and I know better than to do this. We're gonna have to pause this because this is gonna take longer than that. So Hunter will just have to get creative. Yeah, so this is the issue. So right here, I'm using a spud bar to pry that out to get a little better bite for her. And so what the issue is, again, I should have had that guy saw cut a grid pattern in there so these come out in just quick chunks. And so we kind of screwed that up. Normally what we do, but he screwed it up. But here I am with the spud bar, and I'm helping.
If we had a tilt rotator, I could have just spun the bucket around.
No joke.
And we wouldn't have had the injury that we have.
Theoretically, yeah. And here I am with that spud bar. Okay, cool, safe. Now coming up, and again in the screen here, I bend over that spud bar. The piece of concrete or asphalt drops. Spud bar trebuchets right into my rib cage and hurt a bit right then. But the damage actually didn't come for a couple days later when I couldn't breathe, so it hurt so bad. And turns out I had the chair squeaking. Whatever. So the lesson is, like, anytime you're pulling on a spud bar, don't pull it straight back in your head, right? And don't be leaning over something like leaning over that thing where I think you just get whatever. So here we go. I'm about to get whacked. It just happens in a split second. But here I am. Bam. Right there's where I got hit. And then I'm like crying as I'm push brooming.
Maybe Hunter can slow that down.
Yeah, that's probably like a frame by frame thing. But so there I am drinking some coffee, trying to figure out why I'm hurting so much. And now Britt goes to work cleaning this out. So we're trying to salvage a bunch of that base there, the parking lot, limestone base.
But you also have to be super careful because you can't hit the pipe underneath, and we weren't quite sure how deep it was or where it was at. Right,
well, you can hit it with those teeth. And the reason we're putting it right so close to the hole is you saw the bread delivery man. He needed a path through there still. So that guy's gone. He's out of there. There's some employees checking out what we're doing. I guess I hopped into hoe here. And now we're working to expose what's going on here. This is where a smooth bucket is nicer than a tooth bucket because it's a little easier to do some exploration without ripping something up with the teeth. But regardless, be a man, get in there and get it dug out. The other thing is we found a little piece of caution tape right there, and that generally can mean like there's a utility or something there, and that's a warning. Hey, you're within a foot or two of a utility. And we did some exploration. I believe our own due diligence there, and didn't have anything. We of course had utilities out or 811 out to locate all the public stuff. We had a private utility locate done. to try to make sure we didn't miss anything there. Britt exposes the pipe. There's a hole in it from a big looked like a dinosaur took a bite out of it. That 305 is, man, a bigger excavator is just cool. It's just, the productivity out of a slightly larger machine is just unbelievable. Going from like our 303, which would have done this, it would have just been a lot extra digging, a lot extra effort, and harder on a machine too. That 305, 306, whatever it is, like, it's just unbelievable how much productivity this
right about now, we're realizing that we have the wrong size pipe on site.
The wrong size pipe section, and thus the wrong size couplers too to tie them together.
And you spent like the entire day prior trying to locate that.
A significant chunk of the day prior, and I had to end up run up into Columbus and grab it because I thought I could get them down home and I couldn't. So that kind of sucked. But we priced that. The
excavator signs like up or down or whatever. They're like super fast.
The what? Oh yeah.
You know, like when I'm telling you to go up.
Tell me to hurry up, right? Yeah. So here we are exposing. It's just a big 12-inch, or actually ended up being 10-inch. Spec was 12-inch, so we brought 12-inch pipe and 12-inch couplings. Which I didn't want to buy a 10-foot stick, so a local construction company I know had some out in the yard, so I went and got the the SDR pipe 12-inch. Well, it turns out, guess what? It turned out to be 10-inch. And so all that time I went to get a small section from them and then get the couplers. I literally spent the afternoon procuring that stuff. Now, that time is actually bid into these jobs. So we've got enough experience with these jobs. There we are, the salt on. I'm getting a rough cut there just to kind of just get it out of there. Clean it out, just checking the integrity of the pipe all the way around, seeing what's going on. There's the dinosaur bite out of it, or maybe that's not the section actually, but okay, so here we are. Yeah, it turns out we confirmed the pipe size. Now we got to go to freaking clear back to Dayton.
It was like
our site superintendent.
Drive.
Our site superintendent was on. He was on site the whole time monitoring the hole, so we didn't have any issues of covering it up. He was there, babysitting things while we ran and got a different section of pipe. So there I am with a rigid sawzall.
It was blocked on two sides with the excavator and the dumpster.
Well, three sides really, if you look at it. But yeah, we want to make sure we're, everybody understands we're doing our due diligence there for safety. So, because that's a big deal on his commercial jobs like that. It's a big deal. I mean, one of the employees there was talking about how he's looking for a payday and tripping and falling soon as employer. So, I mean, those people are out there, folks. They're looking to take advantage of someone.
He was hoping that his forklift fell in that hole.
That's what it was. Yeah, right. When the sinkhole. Yeah, that's right. When it was the sinkhole. So there we go, throwing things out of excitedness.
Anger.
No, I wasn't angry. This job was fun. I enjoyed this, man. This was so much fun. So originally we had the stainless steel coated
like
sleeved units, and they were like beautiful. And then nobody had the sleeved one, so we had to go with this. Now those big Fernco couplers. So Britt, what are you doing there? Oh, you're loosening them up. Yep, loosening them up so they'll fit on there. Not enough. That's one thing I've always learned with those things is like, just go ahead and loosen them up way more than you think you need, because whatever. So you get them on there about halfway, and then we slide our section. Well, you get them on there and then slide them over, right? And then all that. Look at Britt. She's so cool.
I'm so fast.
You're amazing, honey. You really are. Why can't the guys work this fast all the time, right? So like this is all going really cool. So we get this in there. So the thing that didn't show was we bed that pipe in with some number 57 we had, or 9s, I don't know what we had, but we bedded around that pipe. We got stone, and again, there 57. We got the 57 limestone all around the underside of it, so it's fully supported. We're not worried about that thing sagging on that connection or anything like that. So the compaction around that pipe's not so much an issue. Now we take our little Bartell. This is one thing I screwed up on. I should have brought our great big reversible plate compactor. This cost us a lot of time bringing this little compactor out. That was kind of if I was in question, I should have just brought both the machines out, because we were rolling bobtail. We didn't have to take a trailer or anything. It was awesome.
What sucked was the material we were compacting to was so clayey.
Yeah, but we blended 57 in with it and this number 411 base, so we got it to a granular state, so it worked for vibratory compaction. But if you're compacting all dirt, you really ideally want a jumping jack. But we got it to a pretty granular status with this, and we went through it, I believe, did a very thorough job on the compaction. I know we did, matter of fact. So any areas where we'd have a cavernous section, we'd pack 57 up in there. And this was a very tedious process right here. How'd you not get hit? Man, we were like dream team here. Look at this, Britt. By just compacting every bit of it. And see, I threw some 57 in there again against an area that was kind of undermining on the asphalt. And just packing that in, run that compactor up in there. Compaction's a big deal, folks.
Corners are a huge deal.
Corners get overlooked. Always. That's why a reversible plate like that is so handy. Here's Britt. She's drilling in for preparing for rebar to go around it. Here we are. So we pour concrete. We missed that part on the show.
A 9-inch slump.
This was loose. Yeah, it was a super loose slump. Here I am bull floating with my pool float. That thing's actually really nice. I love that rounded edge thing. The concrete guys in the audience, yeah, spare me. We do a decent job. We're no super hardcore. There we are trying to fan it off there to dry it out. But it was pretty loose. It was pretty loose concrete. But
it was probably some of the loosest stuff I've worked with.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, when it is loose like that, man, it's nice to work with. It goes in place real easy. There's Britt pulling some back up to our corners. Pulling some snow. Launchpreneur Academy, we just got a snow contract update from them, and we're pulling some snow. Pulling concrete, an email just came through from them. Anyways, Britt's pulling some concrete there to our low side, or whatever there, to get that built up so we're nice and flush. And the spec said asphalt. I didn't want to deal with asphalt because getting asphalt is such a pain. I didn't want to get just bag mix for that, bag mix asphalt, or cold patch. And so we figure it's as cheap and easy just to run a load of concrete in there and be done with it. It's a better repair for the store anyways. So that's what we did. So, look at Britt, look at you being a lady. That's an oddity. But finishing it out there, doing a good job. Do you like finishing concrete?
I do.
So here we are, about to broom it.
I don't like brooming it, but I like...
See, I'm pretty good at brooming it, and it was pretty wet for brooming, you can see, but we're going to call that super traction. So there we have to go through and clean up our tailings, get all that stuff cleaned up, clean all that up there. Like, site cleanup's a big deal, right? And what are we doing here? More brooming. So now it's secure it for the evening. Now we're going to put those dowels in there, those rebar dowels. Probably doesn't show it, but you need to put a capper on those rebars for safety, which you can see the one in the corner right there, which the pointing did no deal. There they are. Yeah, that's good to see. They'll make our overlords happy. See, we're getting them on there, getting everything safe and secure. And that was a 4,000 pound with air concrete mix. So that being said, folks, those jobs are all about being productive. So we have the concrete or the asphalt or whatever we're working with. We have somebody come and pre-saw that, so it's an hour saved. Especially if you got like 3 guys doing these jobs, depending on what you charge per hour, it makes sense to pay that extra rate. So you just get right to work. It's about the productivity. And whatever, that was fun. Any last minute thingies?
No, that made me look pretty good.
I had a 40-year-old checkup with my doctor 3 days or the week after that happened, and my chest was hurt to sneeze, hurt to breathe, hurt to all that stuff. And so I went
to get out of bed.
And he felt my chest. He's like, yeah, your rib, number 4 rib, is either broken or fractured at least. And I'm sorry, fractured for sure is what he said. It's probably broken's a different animal, but definitely fractured. And there's nothing you can do for it anyways, which is why I didn't want to go to the doctor. It's a little tender still, but not so bad. So that being said, that was a fun video. Hope you enjoyed it. Be careful. You can get hurt in a hurry just like that. I figured I'd be my whole chest be black and blue and look like a freaking stud. No, one little slightly brown discolored area, like my birthmark is darker than the freaking
big sissy.
I'm not arguing that point. That's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, all that junk. Hardscape Academy, we got classes starting here in December, running through the year, all that. Key Contractor Podcast. We appreciate your support. Good? Hey, folks, so we found our next podcast victim here. Harvey, tell us about yourself, man.
Hey, how you doing? My name's Harvey Benjamin. I'm 26, small hardscape construction team out of Chicago. We do great work, we give warranties, and I've known Caleb for some time. He's a great guy, so check out his content.
Oh, man. Well, thank you for that, Harvey. Dude, tell me, I love your company name and branding and slogan there. Tell me about that.
Ecoscape Architectural Design. We try to do what's right for the community.
Hang on. No, he's trying to get this all in 30-second sound bites. Dude, this is a long show. All right, so Harvey, where are you out on the internet? People want to find your company.
You can follow us, Ecoscape312 on Instagram. We're out of Des Plaines, Illinois. That's our shop. We live in Mount Prospect. We serve the northwest suburbs of Chicago.
What's the coolest thing you've seen at the show so far?
You guys.
Oh, man. The ham bone. Jiminy Christmas. On that note.
Cool things. Everyone's got to check it out. The best place to be, great place to network.
Dude, for sure.
Meet cool people and see cool stuff.